Now, do you ever feel that you're constantly on a diet but never lose the weight? You're not alone. According to new research out this morning, 1 in 5 of us feel no matter what we do, we can't shake the kilos.
Yeah, right now a new DNA test is offering hope for serial dieters with tailor-made diet and exercise plans. So here to tell us more is Dr. Lior Rochberger from My DNA in Melbourne. Dr. Lior, good to have you on. First of all, tell us about the new research and what it reveals about dieting in Australia.
Well, the research is not unusual. We're expecting that. It's telling us that 1 in 3 Australians are trying to diet every single year, and 20% of them, no matter what they try, they just can't seem to shed those kilos.
OK, so tell us about the DNA test. How does it work?
So it's a fascinating new area of medicine and technology, and what it really is that at the moment when we try and diet, there's a lot of trial and error going on. We try this diet, we try that diet, and we want to get on a personalised diet. So now as we do a simple cheek swab, we can measure our DNA and get the results, and we can tell people what's the best diet for them. So different people process foods differently. So if you don't have a problem processing carbs, why would you go on a low-carb diet? So it's all about this growing area of personalised dieting.
That's an interesting thing. So what can our DNA tell us about the types of foods that we should eat?
Well, look, it's all sorts of things. So the big areas are, how do we process fats? How do we process carbs? How do we process proteins? And our DNA can give us really good insights into where we fit in that. And so rather than just going on sort of a lot of guesswork with dieting, it can tell us, look, if you are like that, if you have this particular genetic profile, to maximise your chances of losing weight, this is a diet that you should go on for your body rather than just for the average person.
Is this a bit like that notion of knowing your blood type? I remember that was a big thing a few years ago, eating to your blood type. Yeah,
well, look, it's related. It's a key piece in the weight loss puzzle. I mean, there's research. Most countries around the world are doing an enormous amount of research into genetics and DNA, and as all this DNA is being decoded, we're getting a much better understanding of what makes us all unique. So it is like that, and we're just looking through all the research around the world, and there's so much of it, and it's growing on a monthly basis, and we're giving people a report that says, this is the way that you will most likely lose weight, rather than just guess all the time, as I mentioned.
And you say some of us out there, 1 in 4, have the snacking gene. What is that? What can I do to counter that gene?
Yeah, well, look, I've certainly got the snacking gene, and I always knew I had the snacking gene because I'm grazing all the time, and I never seem to feel full no matter what I'm eating. So research around the world has shown if you've got this gene, the best way of losing weight if you have this particular gene is to go on a high protein diet, so eating lots of proteins and meats, and that makes you feel full quicker, and that's also based on our genes, and this is genetic research that's been done. So there's the grazing gene and the fat gene. There's a whole lot of genes that we're looking at the moment, and it's quite a fascinating area of medicine.
OK, what about exercise? How could our DNA influence the way we work out and the sort of exercise we choose to do?
Yeah, so look, the dieting and the weight loss and the genetics around that is just the tip of the iceberg. Our genes explains all sorts of things to us. So it tells us what kind of muscle twitch fibres we've got. So some of us are much better at endurance, and some of us are much more better at power exercises. So people go to the gym a lot and go again on this sort of average exercise regime. And now personal trainers are really interested in getting more information about people at their DNA and can say, this is how many reps you should do, and this is the type of exercise you should do to get the most out of the 45 minutes that you're in the gym.
All right, I reckon a lot of our viewers would be very, very interested in this. What do they do? You obviously, you get the swab. What do you do with it?
Yeah, so it's a swab. You can either get it on our website, which is mydna.life, or that we have participating pharmacies around the country who are participating in this program. So it's a very simple swab. It's like just a cheek swab. You twirl it around your mouth. It takes about 20 seconds. You send it off in a reply-paid envelope. It goes to a laboratory. You get the results about 10 days later, a week to 10 days later, and you get a very detailed report that's personalised for you. It says, here are your genetic findings, and this is the research around the world that proves this. And if you're trying to lose weight, or if you want to get the most optimal exercise routine, this is what you should be doing. Very specific and tailored advice.
What does it cost?
It costs $99 at the moment that's for the weight loss nutrition report, and we're working on a whole range of reports. As new research is published from leading universities around the world, we're curating all that research, and we hope to expand the test in the future. But at the moment, it's $99 online.
Okay. Interesting stuff.
All right,
really
thanks,
interesting.
Lior. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks, guys.